What's up, guys? Today we're doing a Frost Mage guide, Frost Mage PvP guide. First thing we're going to be getting into is my build and the other types of builds you can run. I run a single target Glacial Spike build with Cryopathy, and I run Comet Storm with Glacial Assault, and Freezing Winds and Ice Collar. These Freezing Winds and Ice Collar go together. This allows you to reset your orb with Blizzard, and orb gives you Fingers of Frost every 3 seconds. Glacial Assault buffs your damage after Comet Storm, and Cryopathy stacks each time you consume Fingers of Frost. So what you want to do is consume a bunch of Fingers of Frost and build up Glacial Spike, and then use your Icy Veins to do a big combo with Ice Nova, Comet Storm, Flurry, Ice Lance, Glacial Spike into Ray of Frost. I know that sounds like a lot, but that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons in a row at the right time is insane. So let me show that. So let's go ahead and build up the sickles for the getting us some Fingers of Frost. We need to get Fingers of Frost with Orb. That's the... We're being stupid. Build up Fingers of Frost with Orb. And when your Cryopathy's max, it will light up. There it is. It's max. So, now that we got that, we want to... Icy Veins. We already have one Flurry. The Icy Veins is going to give us another one. So we got Icy Veins, Flurry, Lance, Ice Nova, Comet Storm, Flurry, Lance, Glacial Spike, Ray of Frost. I know that sounds confusing as fuck. Had to spit out a peekaboo rotation, but here it goes. So we have both those buffs up. Boom, 200k DPS, 250. Let's talk about defensives. Defensives, we have... One thing I just realized I don't even have on my bars is this. And this is actually good. So for defensives, we have your Ice Barrier, which if you're playing arenas, I like to Ice Barrier, you know, a good 10-20 seconds before the match starts, because the cooldown is 25 seconds, but it lasts for a whole minute. So you could go into the match with the cooldown being reduced, but still having plenty of time to take damage with the barrier. So make sure you're barriering before you go out into arena matches. Your biggest defensive is Ice Block, which obviously if you play Mage, you know about Ice Block. One thing I like to try to remember to do is, if I feel like I'm gonna Ice Block, I like to get in the Ice Barrier one time where I Ice Block, and then after you come out of Ice Block, you Cold Snap, and Cold Snap is gonna reset both of these. So that means you get another shield, and after Hypothermia is gone, you can Ice Block again. So you get 2 blocks as Frost Mage. And that's really important to remember. You have to time your Cold Snap right. I always Cold Snap right after I come out of Ice Block. Another defensive that people don't always think about it as a defensive, it's defensive and movement. So you have Alter Time, and this was, I feel like, the defining factor of being a good or bad mage for me. I feel like on matches where I'm doing really bad, it's mostly because I'm not altering time good. Alter time properly can make a huge difference. So you press it and say you're gonna blink over here, and then you press it again, it sends you back. It reverses you back in time. And not only does it do that for you, but it does it for your health. And one of the important things that we run is Master of Time. Reduces the alter time, reduces the cooldown of alter time by 10 seconds. And here's the important part: alter time resets the cooldown of blink and shimmer when you return to your original location. One rotation I like to do for movement is I like to say I got someone on me. I will Nova. I will blink. I will alter time. I will displacement back to my first blink spot, and then they chase me back again, and then I alter time back. So, and then that resets your shimmer too. So you got your first blink back, or it's not blink, but your first teleport back. So that's really helpful. That is god tier mage movement right there. Also, I forget that sometimes it's good to do greater invisibility, because removing all threat, any action taken cancels. You take 60 reduced damage while invisible and for 3 seconds after reappearing. So taking that 60% reduced damage for like 3 seconds is insanely good. That is your like biggest I don't want to die, healer please heal me button, other than ice block. Since we lost the ability to have greater invisibility and invisibility at the same time, I feel like a lot of people are missing out on greater invisibility being a defensive because they use it at the beginning of the match, or they're just using regular invisibility. So keep that in mind. This is not just to turn invisible at the beginning of the match. You get greater visibility will save your lives. Of course I run spell steal and slow. I be stealing shields from priests all the time, slowing everyone you can. Yeah, that's generally it for movement. But for CC, we generally have only really it's not a lot, it feels like, but if you do it in the right order and space it out the right way, it feels like an insane amount. But it's easy to be wasted and get ran down if you just use it all too fast. So every CC we have in general, we have my big one that I fell in love with recently, Ice Nova. Ice Nova is always generally my route for me to hit my Comet Storm with, but sometimes you'll see me Ice Nova and like blink away or something if I don't have Frost Nova. So and then of course we have Dragon Breath, and always, the classic DB Poly Dragon Breath. I can't show you Poly on this guy right now, but that's classic move, Dragon Breath into Polymorph. Another one I'll do, say if I'm fighting a druid and he's in a form, I will Dragon's Breath into Ring of Frost. That's really good. Sometimes I will, Ice Nova into a Ring of Frost. Sometimes I will oh yeah, I forgot. When you do Icy Veins, we get the water Ellie, and the water Ellie has freeze, which is another route like your Ice Nova, and that's really useful. Not enough mages taking advantage of freeze for sure. Freeze is great. A lot of times you'll see me hit like freeze into Ring of Frost, Ice Nova, Ring of Frost. It's hard to hit a Ring of Frost without some sort of CC, pre-CC. It's like CC into Ring of Frost always. So, oh man, I almost forgot my secret weapon. So for melee, I always run Snowdrift, which is if they stay in this circle for enemies that are caught in Snowdrift for 2 seconds are stunned for 4. So yeah, A lot of times I'll have someone like a rogue on me and I'll like almost one-shot him because I'll catch him with a snowdrift and then I'll hit him with everything. I'll just Ice Nova, Comet Storm, Flurry, Lance, like he's stunned for 4 seconds. I just hit him with everything I can. I don't know how many snowdrift kills I've gotten where I snowdrift into a glacial spike. I just think that's really funny. Snowdrift is underrated, and a lot of people tell you that it's bad, but against melee, it is amazing. It is 10 out of 10. Let's talk PvP talents before we move on to gear. Like I said, I run Snowdrift. Ring of Fire is a must. You don't have to run Snowdrift. You could swap out Snowdrift for Frost Bomb if you have caster matches, or Master Shepherd. I like Master Shepherd a lot, especially in 2s, because it's really nice to poly someone and they don't get healed while they're polyed. And then, like I said, Ring of Fire is kind of always a must. And then, I feel like Concentrated Coolness is a must. It's really good. And with the orb spam and freezing winds, you kind of just need it. I feel like it's a must too. The only one you really have room to switch out is Snowdrift with Frost Bomb or Master Shepherd. Or sometimes I'll be trolling and I'll run Ice Wall. So so let's talk about gear before I saved gear for last because it's the one I know the least about. I've seen so many people doing different things with Mage. I've seen people running full haste. I've seen people running full mastery. I'm leaving my haste where it is now. I'm not trying to add any more haste. I think even 38% might be too much. I don't know for sure. I don't have true stats right now, so I can't really tell. You should get true stats so you could tell. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be going, more into mastery, and my verse is probably capped too, so I might just start full stacking everything I can into mastery from here. But yeah, what you want to do is just get full purple gear. I went for my 2 crafted embellishment pieces. I just thought this was a cool combo. I got the belt and I got the pants. So the belt does successfully applying loss control effect to an enemy, interrupting, increase your main stat by 632. So interrupting, stunning, buffs you. And then the pants are like the opposite of that. After recovering from a loss control effect, you become empowered with possibility. So that's if you trinket or whatever, get out of a stun, or you recover from a stun and you get buffed. You do a stun, you get buffed. Simple as that. Don't look at my transmog, I'm ugly. Thanks for watching the video. I hope my mage guide could help you. If you have any other tips or anything, any suggestions, excuse me, about the video, please leave a comment below. Peace out. Thanks.